Hello everyone and welcome to What Game Next. My name is Ryan and what we're doing today is this is the first Team Covenant Armory League for, not Armory League, Team Covenant League for Ashes Reborn. The game from Plaid Hat Games that died a sad death and then was reborn thanks to Team Covenant. I'm going to be streaming this every Wednesday going forward to go along with my Tuesday Flesh and Blood streams. I'm just waiting now for my opponent, and then we'll get started. So what I'm going to be doing, because I'm still kind of learning the game, I'm going to be playing the pre-constructed decks. I'm going to be playing those probably for the next couple weeks until I learn kind of what I'm doing and start to build my own decks for the game. So that is going to be how we're going to do this. But the game's really good. I've played it a couple times off stream just to kind of get an initial feel for it. And I've enjoyed it a lot. Just make sure I have the rule book handy just in case I need that. Today I'm going to be playing Namine Hymntide, which is the Sympathy hero that comes in the Sympathy box. I just really like Sympathy in general. So I wanted to try her first and just see how it goes.
I am, ready with my 5 as well. Did you already roll?
I have not rolled yet.
Officially dice. You want to set up a minute.
I like that the starting thing is like who rolls the worst because it like encourages you not to try to do that.
And I think I did, so.
I have 4 basics.
I have 6.
Well, then you definitely rolled the worst.
Yeah, great start.
Okay, and then you are playing with illusion dice and charm dice.
Yes, and I split it a little bit differently. I only have 3 illusion and then 7 charm.
Yeah. I took away one of my sympathy dice and put a ceremonial in.
Not bad. Yeah, I was gonna say I did one practice game a few days ago, and yeah, I was always hurting for snakes and didn't need the other as much. So I'm gonna see if this helps balance it a little bit
Makes sense.
for me.
Okay, so are you going to go first?
We'll go first.
Okay.
You are ready. I will.
I'm ready.
Go ahead. All right. So for my first, for my main action, I'm going to ready a summon Seaside Raven spell.
Okay.
And then I will pass my secondary action for you.
Okay. I am going to try to remember what all of the symbols mean. Okay. I'm going to play a Summon Salamander Monk and then pass the side action.
Then I'm going to put another spell down. Here, I'll move these. Sorry, I keep looking to make sure you can see them. And if there's a card that you want me to pull up, I can do that. So I'm going to use the main action and a mask die to ready my abundance spell down. And then I will pass the secondary action.
Okay. What is Saria's action?
Yes, so Saria is you may draw one card, and if you do, you choose a target player. You may choose a target player to discard one card off the top of their draw pile.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my main action to play Magic Siphon, using a note, and then for my side action, I am going to use Namine and another note to draw a card, place one exhaustion token on this card, and one on you.
Gotcha. That's not that.
And then that would be my 2.
For my main action, then I'm going to spend 1 heart in my main action to put down Enchanted Violinist. And she has, I can read it off to you if you'd like.
Sure.
She has attack 1, life 1, recover 1, and then she has a passive ability, song, or not passive, but the secondary action, Song of Sorrow. She can deal 1 damage to a target unit an opponent controls, and if that destroys the unit, after it's destroyed, the target opponent must discard a card off the top of their draw pile.
Okay.
There is a theme with this deck, and I apologize.
All right. So I am going to play a String Mage. So that requires a horse and a note. And I'm going to use Magic Siphon. So change 1 die in my active pool to the side of my choice. And then change 1 die in your pool to the side of my choice. I'm going to change your snake into a basic.
We'll just join this basic party down here.
It's a basic party and everyone's invited.
Yes, this round, yes. So then, and sorry, can you give me the stats for your guy? The mage?
Sure.
Wait.
It is, I'm just readjusting your video a little bit. It is a 1 attack, 3 life, recover 2. And then it has a side action of move 1 wound or status token from a target unit onto this unit, or move 1 wound or status token from this unit to a target unit.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you for that. So for my main action, I'm going to exhaust Abundance. So all players may draw up to 2 cards. For each card they cannot or do not draw, deal 1 damage to their Phoenix.
Okay, I will draw 2 cards.
I will also draw 2 cards.
Okay.
And then I'll pass.
All right. I'm going to attack your violinist with my String Mage.
Great. And that will... Not, sorry, did you say the attack was 3?
The attack is 1,
Right,
the life is 3.
Gotcha. I heard a 3.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and block. Oh no, she's she could still guard once.
Yes, once
If she's
per
exhausted.
round.
She can just guard once per round.
Yep.
Okay, then I will take that one for her, and I will tap her there.
Okay. Okay, so that was my side action. For my main action, I'm going to play Guilt Link with my main action and a note. And that's my main and my side.
Gotcha. So for my main, then, I'm also going to be a summon 3-eyed owl spell.
Okay.
And I'll pass.
So that was your main?
Yes.
Okay.
Then I won't use my secondary.
Okay. I'm going to use my main and my side and a note to play a Salamander Monk. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. That one. Which is a 1 attack, 1 life, 0 recover, and when it's destroyed, I put a Salamander Monk spirit into play.
And then it comes to me. I am going ahead and I will spend 3 basic, which is nice that they actually come in handy for this guy. And I am going to summon Seaside Raven. So I'm going to put my friend down here,
Okay.
up here. And he has Prey. So when this unit comes into play, you may destroy another target unit with a life value of 2 or less. So I'm going to take out your little salamander guy.
Okay.
There.
So that puts the spirit out.
And he can get his prettier card.
Yeah. And he has, this unit cannot block or be chosen as the target of an attack.
Gotcha.
Alright.
Alright.
So for mine,
And then that'll be me.
I'm going to play Summon Squall Stallion.
Sorry, just to cut.
Oh, what?
Sorry, I wanted to give you, he has one more. He also has Quick Strike, so when this unit is attacking, it deals its damage before units in battle with it.
Okay.
And then he's a 3/2. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure I said that.
That's fine. So I'm going to play Summon Squall Stallion and use my horse to do that. And then for my side, I'm going to attack your Phoenixborn.
For how much?
It's 1.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Will exhaust my summon 3-eyed owl spell and bring out one of these as well. So the 3-eyed owl, he has a main action ability where he can choose a target player to discard one card of their choice from their hand.
Okay.
Otherwise, he's attack 0, life 2.
Okay.
And then I'll pass.
I am going to meditate as my first thing. And let's see, and then for my main action, I will summon Squall Stallion. So it has lightning speed. This unit cannot be targeted by reaction spells an opponent controls. Its attack is X, which is equal to the number of status tokens that it has, which it currently has none, and it has 3 life and 0 recover.
Gotcha. For that, are you good? Sorry, is that your turn?
Yeah, I meditated for my side, and then playing this was my main.
Perfect. Okay. For my main action, then I am going to go for Namine with the Seaside Raven for 3.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
And when that happens, after 1 or more wound tokens are placed on my Phoenixborn as a result of an attack, then I place 1 status token on my Guilt Link. Okay. So I am going to use the side action on Squall Stallion, which is place 1 card from your hand on top or bottom of your draw pile. If I do, place 1 status token on all stallions I control. So I will do that. And that was my side. And then for my main, I'm going to play Encore. Search my discard pile for a card other than Encore, place it on top or bottom of my draw pile. I put Summon Salamander Monk on the bottom. That was my turn.
All right. Do you still have cards in hand?
I have 1 card left in hand.
All right. Well, then I am going to have as my main action the 3-eyed owl do his memory drain. So choose, and choose is a strong word with 1 card left, but you can choose which card from your hand to discard.
Okay. I will discard a String Mage.
And then, okay, and then that'll be my go.
Was that a side action or a main action?
That is a main action.
Okay. I'm going to attack your violinist with my Squall Stallion.
Gotcha. And she's a 1/1, so that'll take her out.
And then for my side action, I'm going to use Guilt Link. So I remove one status token from the spell to destroy a unit I control. I'm going to destroy the spirit. If I do, choose a target player to destroy a unit they control. So that would be you.
My choice or your choice?
It's your choice. I choose you, and then you choose the unit.
Okay, which unit to destroy? All right, I will actually take my Raven out. Sorry, to make sure I'm remembering the terms correctly. Destroy would mean he goes back to the Conjuration deck. It's not like remove from game.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Okay.
It's only temporary.
Yeah. And then if it's back to me,
right.
I will pass.
Okay,
pass.
I'm gonna use a dice action to draw a card, and then I may choose one card in my hand to place it on the top or bottom of my draw pile. I'm gonna put it on the bottom, just because I don't want to draw it next turn, and then I will pass my main action, so that ends the round.
Can reset.
Oh wait, I guess we don't draw till after we roll.
Sorry, I just felt like my dice are really loud, so I muted myself to roll.
That's fine. You're very, very quiet, so even if they were very loud, it would be pretty low.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Sorry. I'll add that to the list after webcam of things that I have a week to make better.
No problem. I just maxed you out on volume, and I'm wearing an earpiece for the voice chat, so although it's quiet, I can still hear it pretty well. Wow, this roll was amazing.
Okay, perfect. Not bad. Yeah, sorry, I have my headset on, but real life, people ask me to turn it up too, so that's probably just a me thing.
If it could be. And then we draw back up to 5, right?
Correct.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so you can choose to discard down.
Right, before you draw
from what
back
you
up
have or
to
keep
5.
what you have. Yep, and same with your dice. Like if you had saved a not basics like I had, then you could choose to not re-roll active dice still.
All right, and then I'm going first this time.
Yep.
Okay. Ooh, what do these do? Oh, that's cool. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is summon a Squall Stallion as my main action, and then as my side action, I'm going to place one card from my hand on the top or bottom of my draw pile. Which one? Probably this one. And then put a status token on each of my Squall Stallions. and then it's your turn.
Right. For my main action, I'm going to spend a mask and a basic to put down Rose Fire Dancer. She is attack 3, life 1. And then her side action is place an exhaustion token on a target unit.
Okay.
So I'm going to exhaust your Squall Stallion with 2 markers.
Okay. And that exhausts her too, right?
Yes. Yeah. So
Okay.
she, came and she went.
And then I am going to summon a Salamander Monk as my main action. And then for my side action, I'm going to change this die to a horse and change one of your snakes to a basic. And that'll do it.
That for my go, I will get my Seaside Raven back out. And the only one that you have of life 2 or less is still a Salamander Monk, right?
That is correct.
And he will take your Salamander guy
He needs to
again.
quit eating my monks.
They're just great snacks, I guess, for him.
I guess so. All right, so that was your main?
Yep, that was my main, and I will go ahead and use my side action this turn too. So I'll use 3 aside. So I'll burn a heart and exhaust her to have you discard the top card off your draw pile.
Okay.
Then I'll be done.
All right. So for my main action, I'm going to put out another Summon Salamander Monk. And I'm going to use the String Mage's side action to move 1 wound or status token from a target unit onto this unit. So I'll move a status token from the Squall Stallion to the String Mage. And that's my turn.
Gotcha. For mine here, I am going to ready 1 last spell on the board for a, let me try to scoot it down, for a purge spell. So her purge spell is she can choose a target player to discard a card off their draw pile.
Okay. And is it a main side both?
Yeah, so to use it is a main action and a heart cost.
Okay.
And then if I focus it, so if I add another one down, I can then also pay a basic to have you discard an additional card.
Okay.
But that's not there yet.
And then side action?
And then I'll pass side action.
Okay. For my main action, I'm going to play another Guilt Link. And then for my side action, I'm going to move the status token from the String Mage to the other Squall Stallion. And then that's your turn. Main side.
I think your video might have frozen for me, but I can still hear you. But I wasn't sure if
It's possible it does that every
delay.
once in a while.
No worries. I'm following along, so as long as I can still hear you.
Yeah, I can fix it.
No worries. It's all good. Just wanted to make sure you knew if it wasn't just me, but I figured it was also possible that it was just me. Okay, you just
Nope.
flipped for me so I can see it again. Maybe.
There we go.
Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and exhaust Abundance as my main action this turn. So it's the same, the draw 2 cards, and for each card you choose not to or can't draw, the Phoenixborn takes the damage. So
I will draw 2.
Draw 2.
Okay.
And then I will, pass side action.
Can you tell me the attack and defense of each of your creatures?
Yes. So I have 3-eyed Owl. He's attack 0, life 2. I have Rose Fire Dancer. She is attack 3, life 1. And then I have Seaside Raven, and the Raven is attack 3, life 2. So
Okay.
0-2, 3-1, 3-2.
So I will have the Salamander Monk Spirit attack your Fire Dancer.
Right. And I will block that.
Okay, and then
So
I will...
how much total damage is that?
It's 1.
Oh, I guess I should hold. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
And then I will pass my side action.
Okay. For my main action then, I'm going to go to Namine with my Seaside Raven for 3.
Okay. So I will take 3. And then that will put a status token on each of my Guilt Links. Okay. That's not my hand. This is my hand. So that was your attack. Did you have a side action?
I do not have a side action. I will pass that.
Okay.
It is not a side action heavy deck, so usually
I'm
I only have a few.
gonna send my Squall Stallion at your owl.
Okay. And that takes him out. How much is that?
Yeah, it's 2 damage.
That's 3. Okay. Takes that guy out.
And then for my side action, I'm going to activate one of the Guilt Links, remove the status token, destroy a unit I control, which is the Salamander Monk Spirit. You destroy one of your units.
I will send my Raven back out.
And then I'm going to play a reaction to my creature being destroyed.
Okay.
You may play this spell after a unit you control is destroyed. Destroy target unit. I may change 2 dice and target player's active pool to the side of my choice. So I'm going to pay for that. So I'll destroy your Fire Dancer, and then I'll switch your Charm Snake to a basic and your Mask to a basic as well.
Gotcha. All right. Illusion of choice with that Raven, since they were both on.
It was definitely an illusion of choice there.
It's good though. And that was you, right?
Yeah, yeah, that was main and side, I think. Yeah, the side was the Guilt Link.
Gotcha. So for my main action here, I'm going to exhaust this and spend my last heart to put my 3-eyed owl back out.
Okay.
That's a new one.
And
then I will pass side action.
Okay. For my main action, I am going to play a Flute Mage. I'm going to spend these 2. And then for a side action, I'm going to remove a status token, or exhaustion token, sorry, from my Squall Stallion.
Good there.
Yeah, that's my main and my side.
All right, so for my main then, I am going to use my main action to focus my Summon Seaside Raven spell and put another one down. And then I will pass side action.
Okay. For my main action, I'm going to attack your owl with my Squall Stallion.
Short-lived, takes him back out.
Yep, and then I'm going to pass my side.
Okay, and can you remind me the stats of your units?
Yeah, the String Mage is a 1 attack, 3 life. The Squall Stallions have 3 life, and they have attack equal to the number of status tokens on them. And then the Flute Mage is a 1 attack, 2 life with Recover 1.
So for my main action then, I will spend the 3 basic and exhaust this spell to bring the Seaside Raven back out, and he is going to go for the Flute Mage,
Right.
the life value 2 or less with the Prey ability.
Yep.
Mixing up his diet. And then I will pass the side action.
All right. I am going to attack your Phoenixborn with my String Mage for 1. And then for my side action, I'm going to remove the status token from the other Guilt Link, and I'm going to destroy this Squall Stallion to have you destroy a creature.
And back out the Raven Ghost.
He took one of mine. I take him back. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty give or take. He doesn't make friends, so that tracks.
And he has 3 attack. That's pretty beefy.
Yeah. I only have the 1 though. So like once I conjure him out, like that was one of the upgrades. I think her original deck, she had 2 or 3 of them, maybe just 2. So yeah, so 1.5 reborn. Yeah, it knocks her down to she just has 1 Raven now.
So it's a
Which
limit of
I
1,
understand.
but because you have 2, you can bring one out, let it die, then bring another one out in the same round.
You mean because I have 2 spells?
Yeah, yeah. That's what let you bring it out again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I only have like I can't have more than 1 out at a time.
Right.
But with the focus, I can do the spell twice in 1 round.
Okay, so it's your go. That was I attacked and I sacrificed my guy.
Gotcha. So for that, for my main action, I am going to also focus my summon three-eyed owl spell and put the second one down. And then I will pass side action.
Okay, for my main action, I'm going to activate my second summon salamander monk. And that's and then for my side action, pass the side action.
For my side action, I'm going to discard seal. I don't have that in frame. Discard a card to meditate this up to a heart, so that I will then, for my main action, spend the heart to cast Purge. So target player will need to discard 1 card off the top of their draw pile.
Okay.
And then that'll be, my whole turn.
Okay, and then what does it take for you to activate the summon three-eyed owl?
That is a main action and a heart.
Okay, so you'd have to meditate again to use that. And what is the recover on the three-eyed owl?
He has a recover of 0, so he's 0 attack, life 2, recover 0. And then the memory drain ability.
Right. Main action, I will attack your Phoenixborn for 1.
Okay. And that bumps her up to 5. Down.
And then pass side action.
Okay. And then as I think you predicted, for my side action, I'm going to discard for the heart and then summon another three-eyed owl out.
Yep.
For that die. And then
I'm going to
my whole turn.
Pass.
Gotcha. So I will get 1 more main action, then I will exhaust him for the memory drain to discard a card from your hand.
From my hand. Okay.
Of your choice.
Yep.
And then, I'm going to be done.
Okay. And I pass again. So you have another main action if you have a main action.
Nope. I'm, passing again.
Okay.
So, bounces us back and forth. We're good.
So I'm not going to discard. Let's see. We'll roll first. Horse. A horse, of course. Only 1 basic. That's good. But it's the one that I probably don't want a basic on. But all right, I'm not going to discard. Okay, and you get to go first this turn.
Oh, sorry, just drawing back. Moving her back up.
Did you really roll 6 basics again?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, but they're not on my side tonight.
They aren't. They seem to be quite angry with you, actually.
Yes, they're yeah, looking to embarrass me. I do have something for that though, so I'm going to use my main action and a mask to play Hidden Power as an action spell.
Okay.
So I can draw one card and change 5 dice in my active pool to a side of my choice. So
Sounds
I
good.
didn't roll any snakes. We're gonna go ahead and make these guys snakes. So they're gonna bump up, and then I will draw another card. And then I will you know what? I'll go ahead and get my side action out of the way early too. I'll use her side action to draw a card, and then you'll have to discard a card off the top of your draw pile.
Okay.
And then that will be my turn.
All right. Let me.
There's a little bit of a reset there, which is nice when you roll as well as I'm doing.
Right. Okay. Well, you kind of ruined my plan here. Okay.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to play Encore for my main action. I'm going to put Crescendo on top and then draw a card.
Okay.
And then for my side action, I'm going to Magic Siphon to turn this into a goat and turn your wolf into a basic. And that's my turn.
For my main action, I'm going to do another action spell. I'm going to spend a mask and a heart to cast Seal. So
Okay.
choose a ready spell on a target player's spell board. Place 1 exhaustion token on the chosen spell and each other copy of the chosen spell on their spell board.
Okay.
And I am going to do it to your Squall Stallion.
Okay. It is exhausted.
Perfect. And then that'll be me. My turn.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack your Phoenixborn with my Salamander Monk.
Okay.
So that will...
For 1 or 2?
It's going to attack for 1, and then as a reaction...
okay, but stand by.
Yeah. You may play the spell after you have declared attackers. Deal 1 damage to target unit you control and 3 damage to a target unit. So I'm going to do 1 to the String Mage and do 3 to your Owl.
Okay. And
then that was my main action. For my side action, I'm going to use Namine's ability. So, exhaust, 1 music note, draw 1 card. I can place 1 exhaustion token on her again and place 1 on target Phoenixborn. So I'll put another 1 on you.
okay.
That's you just put a damage.
Oh. Sorry. Don't mind
No,
me.
it's fine.
Habit. Exhaust.
Yeah, it's an exhaust.
Gotcha. My ears are working and my muscle memory. Used to damage. All right.
And that
There
is
we
that.
go. All right. For my main action, I am going to spend a snake to exhaust and send out another three-eyed owl.
Okay.
And then I will pass side action.
All right. I'm going to use... the side action on Squall Stallion. Place a card from my hand on the top or bottom of my draw pile to place a status token. And then I am going to attack Saria for 3.
So that will go through then. So, yeah, 9 damage at a turn.
Yep. We're now tied for health remaining. So that was my side and my action.
Perfect. For that then, I am going to spend another snake as my main action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to summon another owl. I do have more than one of these. I have 3 total owls.
Okay.
30. I'll put him out and then that's my turn.
All right. I am going to figure out how to do this. Okay. What is the owl takes a action or a side action?
Ability?
Yeah, the ability.
You asking?
Yeah.
Yep, it is a main action. Yep,
And just an exhaust, no
That's
dice
the discard
cost?
from your hand. Correct. Yep, main action
Okay.
and exhaust.
All right. Okay. So I am going to attack your Phoenixborn with my String Mage. And then as a reaction, I'm going to Crescendo to do 3 damage to one of your owls.
It's just 1 damage. Sorry,
yeah,
resolve.
1 damage to Saria and then 3 to your owl.
I don't know, unless you want to pick which owl, but take this owl. Right.
And that was my main and my side. Or no, I didn't do a side. My side is pass.
Thank you for,
Yeah.
clarifying. No, all good. So, I am then going to spend my last 2 basic and a snake to bring my Seaside Raven out then.
Okay.
And he is going to, yep, fuck that little salamander monk.
Okay, anything for side?
And then, nope. And that'll be my
Okay.
turn. Skip side.
So what I'm going to do is play a Flute Mage. Remove the exhaustion token from my Squall Stallion as my side action.
All right. feel like you're holding that mage until the Raven already got out. So
I kind of was. Although it
that's
is
good though.
nice
Like,
that you can play him as a main and then you use his ability as a side. So just in case, like, you could just drop him and do the thing, and then if he dies, well, he already did his thing. So
yeah, he did his job. So yeah, I was gonna say this deck is, yeah, I feel like main actiony heavy. So like they're
mhm.
good things, but it's like a little slower. Like yeah, I'm usually only doing one thing per go. I am going to send the Raven after Namine for my main action. It's turn
Okay.
for 3.
All right. So 1, 2, 3. Puts me to 8. That puts fun status tokens on my guilt links.
Yes, it does. Starting to, yeah, get the routine.
Yep. Doing the cycle all over again.
Yep. That's what I got. And then,
Okay.
yep, skip side.
I will attack Saria with my Salamander Monk Spirit for 1.
Oh, or 1.
Yep. And then I will use the side action on my Guilt Link to kill the Salamander Monk Spirit and one of your guys. So it's a hard choice because you haven't used the owl yet, so...
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Raven, same thing like you. Raven's done his job, so
Yep.
he'll get to come back.
And then that's my main and my side.
Perfect. For my main, then I am going to use the Owl's Memory Drain. So discard 1 card of your choosing from your hand.
Okay.
And then that'll be my turn.
I'm going to use the Squall Stallion ability to place a card from my hand on the top or bottom of my draw pile and place a status token on all my Squall Stallions. And then attack Saria for 4.
Okay.
That's my main and my side.
Okay. For my main, then I'm going to use just my main action to focus this purge spell and put another copy down.
Okay.
And then I will pass from my side.
Okay. I am going to, for my main, summon another Salamander Monk. And then I'm going to pass my side.
For my main, then I am going to spend a heart and exhaust, well, a snake, to exhaust one of these purge spells. So discard 1 card off the top of the draw pile.
Okay. And then, did you have a side?
My turn.
Okay. Dice actions are
side.
side actions, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
like the ability that each, like if you're higher, yep,
Right.
it's a side action.
So I'm going to use the goat to search my discard pile for an ally and put it into my hand.
All right.
And then I'll take a damage. So I'm going to go get a Flute Mage. And then for my... Oh, that's risky. And then for my main action, I'm going to attack you with the Salamander Monk.
Okay. And that is
For one. Yeah. So my sympathy die lets me draw a card. That's cool. Not the best when your opponent is trying to mill you, but still a good option.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, keep drawing. I mean, I won't stop you.
That was my turn.
Right, perfect. Well then on that note, I'm going to use my other purge here for this lost die so that you can discard a card off your draw pile.
Okay. There
So
goes the guilt link.
How much I chip away.
All right, and then you're done?
Yep, and then I'm done.
Okay, so for my main, I'm going to play the Flute Mage that I pulled from my discard. And then I'm going to use the side action to unexhaust the Squall Stallion.
Gotcha. I think I just lost you. Is it back?
Yeah, it's back.
A quick one? Okay. Sorry.
So that's main and side.
Interrupted. Okay, perfect. I'm putting him out there. So then for my main, I'm going to exhaust Abundance. So this is the draw 2 cards.
I will draw 2.
And you can choose not to, but then you take a damage to your Phoenixborn. So
right.
I will draw 2 as well. And then that's my go.
Okay. For my side action, I will put one of my cards on the top or bottom, add a status token to the Squall Stallion, and then attack for 5.
Gotcha, and I think that will do it, right?
Yeah, I have you at 4. Is that right?
Yep, that's what I have. So
okay. Man, those Flute Mages are really good. If you have like one big guy that you can just keep swinging with.
And yeah, I'm like going back and forth. Yeah, that was a good deck. So good game.
Yeah, it was a good game. I learned quite a bit about how this is supposed to function, and I'm really glad I added the one ceremonial die because that's actually what like did everything there. Getting that Flute Mage back to be able to play it one last time. But you had me down to
that was good
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You had me down to 7 cards.
All right, that makes me feel better because she just becomes a jerk that way, and like she's just almost like unrelated to like the health and the battling and everything else. She's just like casually like low-key in the background, like trying to run you down.
Yeah, it's just poke until you don't notice how low it is. It did help that I kept using the ability, like the Squall Stallion ability, to let me put the cards in my hand back in my deck because I'm just like I don't need those right now and I don't want to die. So I'm just gonna keep putting my cards back in my deck so that you can make me discard them.
Exactly. Yeah, and whenever there's an ability where it's like you can move a card to like the top of the deck, and I always try to like time that like just to screw you over just that little bit more of like, oh, that's the card, like it's the one you wanted, like that's.
Although
what you have
to like turn it around, because I knew you were discarding cards off the top of my deck, I did a couple times put like copies of cards that I didn't want on the top of my deck so that you could discard them. I did that with the second summon Squall Stallion. I figured I didn't need the second one, so I just put it on top there because I knew it was gonna go away.
No. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I respect the reverse psychology, yeah. Or like if you can put it on the bottom, like hide the cards that you need down there.
Yeah, that's what I did. The last card I put on the bottom because it was a creature kill card, and like your board kept getting fairly wide. And I was afraid of like not having ways of removing your stuff. to have them all get discarded or whatever.
Yeah, especially with these, and I can just kind of like throw them right back out there.
What is Saria's battlefield?
She has a battlefield of 5.
That's really healthy, especially when you're wanting like multiple owls and stuff.
Yeah, it definitely gets dangerous if I was able to get like all the owls out. Then that's just like the mill machine, like work it. Like the owls, yeah, they're not there for attacking. They're just there
Right.
to start, picking cards away.
Yeah, I was full at the end there on my battlefield because my battlefield was 6. So I had the
Oh
squall.
wow.
I had 2 flute mages, the string mage, a salamander monk, and the squall stallion. And the spirit.
Okay.
The spirit was the last thing. Yeah, so I was full.
Okay. Yeah,
But
now you got there, and that's yeah.
But yeah, that was a good game.
Yeah,
Thank you for the game.
Decent.
I'm gonna go and get some dinner, I think, now.
Yep. Nope. Sounds like a plan. Yeah. Thanks for playing. Well, I'm sure cross paths again.
Yep.
As we get farther into the league, but good first game.
Yep. Good first game.
Relearning these decks, so it's fun.
So yeah, you have a good night.
Yeah. Yep. Have a good night.
So that was the very first week of Ashes League. We played the Namine Hymntide pre-constructed deck versus the Saria pre-constructed deck. And Namine pulled it out. I like a lot of the Sympathy cards. Guilt Link is really good with Salamander Monk. Being able to kill your guy that comes right back and also kill one of theirs, especially if you're able to do it multiple times. So you can use the first Guilt Link to kill the monk and then the second Guilt Link to kill the spirit, and you wipe 2 of their guys off the board. And then if you can react to it with the Shatter Pulse, then you can take out a 3rd person or a 4th person, which is really, really good. It is pretty dice heavy to do that, but still the option's really nice. But yeah, that was the first week of Ashes League. I'm going to go ahead and cut out a bunch of the dead space in this video tomorrow. But yeah, if you like Ashes, if you want to see more of this, like and subscribe, hit the notifications. I stream this now every Wednesday. I stream Flesh and Blood every Tuesday. And then I stream other various stuff when I feel up to streaming more. But yeah, I appreciate everybody who watched, and we'll see you next time.